Stygia. And it's this thing where I think Stygia, for a lot of very gameplay-oriented players, they feel pretty angry that they have got to grind up this Stygia.
Yeah.
And, they don't seem to be thrilled about it. And certainly, I've not engaged in any of that.
Yeah, no, it's...
And then Stygia, I mean, it's like if you're playing a game like Dead Cells or something, and your progression between runs was actually gained by logging in and playing a different video game. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
That's what it's like with Stygia. So what we've got here is Jeremy Fiesel talking and basically saying that, with Venari, it's all going to change a bit.
Yeah.
So, and this actually gives us some more, a little bit more color as well on what the content's going to be like.
Yeah.
So there's going to be new Venari content, which we see, and a new currency for Venari. Now, Stygia is currently on the PTR locked to only Season 1 sockets for Season 1 gear and item level 226 for conduits. So they're obviously sunsetting how Stygia exists right now. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but they clearly want to change it up, which I think is a really good thing.
Yeah, I guess it's learning the lesson they had to learn from all of the currency resets I've had over time. Like the most recent one, I guess, would be the Residuum.
Yeah.
Where they're like, okay, how do we deal with transitioning between seasons?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll jack up the prices we'll jack up the prices like 100x, and that'll stop people from farming. And this is a version of just going, okay, we've decided, nope, this is your Season 1 currency, this is your Season 2 currency. And I think that's basically the best way to do it.
It's even like the tech implementation.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're going to completely change what Stygia is, but then still carry forward Stygia into the next patch, it's going to be a pain in the ass to do in the back end.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's good, and it definitely has us like primed for some decently major changes. Pretty excited about that. There's more here though from Jeremy. So as new content is unlocking in the Maw, there's the new zone, the regular sort of Maw space as well. He's saying we're getting these Legion Assault style Covenant strikes, where basically the Covenants are trying to like invade up the Maw. They've got a bunch of mini objectives, and they culminate in a big finale. So that's going to be more interesting.
Yeah.
For me though, I want to see how do they feel a little bit more like the more modern Guild Wars 2 world events.
Oh yeah.
Which are really cool. I mean, there's one where there's like a dragon and the dragon's fallen, and this zone is basically just this fallen dragon. And the zone content for that is like really pretty intricate and pretty damn cool for like a massive group effort. So I'd love to see them take a bit more inspiration and go further in those, instead of it just being, we're going to spawn a bunch of world quests, and after you do 4 world quests, you can go and do a little finale scenario thing.
For the player experience side of things, it strikes me that this is the first time that you're assaulting.
Yeah.
This is the first time that you're actually invading a zone with these Legion Assault, as opposed to, obviously you're defending against the Legion, and then in the modern, in the BFA, it was always the faction stuff. And, so this being you pushing back with your Covenant, especially if this is done so you're going with all the other Covenants. So you've got like a Maldraxxus specific one, and etc.
I think it's in a different interview, but I think there is Covenant specific stuff, like they mentioned like a Maldraxxus, like Necropolis coming in.
Yeah, I read that as well.
Which, that could be cool.
Yeah, if they can nail the experience of, like, because one of the things that was most annoying about the Covenant campaigns of 9.0, kind of screeching to a halt, was that you spent all this time getting all these big upgrades.
Yeah.
And you powered up your Covenant to the maximum. It was like, cool, when can we use this?
Yeah.
The answer is obviously next patch, but if they can get that to actually feel like it was there from the start or was intended, and get that super strong feeling of, oh, all the work I put in is actually worth something, and I see it in this experience.
We might actually give a shit about our Covenants if we can see them in action doing things, instead of just us arriving at our Covenants, and especially for the Bastion people, just sitting there and being so frustrated with the way that they run things.
Yeah. If I can go into battle in the Maw and Pelagos actually fights, instead of going, oh, I'm not sure if I can do this, then that'll be a progression.
this is something that might seem odd when people hear it first, but I hope these feel less like world quests and more like patch 5.3. Now, 5.3, I'm not going to defend what that was like as an overall experience, because you intercept a caravan, you do a little world boss, and it did not have a lot of content. But it did have this feeling of stuff is happening in the Barrens. There is this, maybe a horde, Garrosh, like his cart of supplies, and it's moving from here to here, and you've got to go and intercept it at some point, and look at this icon move across your map. That is so different from a player experience perspective than just, we have dotted a bunch of world quests on the map, go do them. And it feels very, very flat, very static, very rigid. I really want to see those 5.3 experiments just be ramped up. I think that is really what WoW World content needs. So hopefully when in March we see this PTR, we actually get some of that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the problem is that they are implemented as world quests. So you look at them and you go, oh, world quests, but they're dotted together. If it feels new and different, then a name's not going to matter if it's still a world quest.
Yeah, absolutely.